What's up, gamers? Welcome to the Zombie Gamer Guides, and today I'm going to be giving you a review of the video game Dead Space. Alright, now this game in particular is kind of like not really a hit or miss. It may cause a little confusion. People don't really know what to call these creatures. Some people call them just aliens, a human-alien mutation, kind of like, Aliens, the movie, except completely different. And, me, I just look at it as, they die, they come back to life. Yeah, they don't want to eat you, but in essence, you could say they are an alien zombie, so that's what I refer to them as. It does fit into the horror genre of video games. Sadly enough, it's got the EA logo. I'm not a big fan of EA within itself, but, you do what you got to do. So let's get down to the brass taxes. The rating system I'm going to be using is zombie/horror oriented. So even if I review a game that isn't zombie or horror, I'm still going to use the same rating system as I do for any other game. So I just thought I'd let you know that real quick. So let's get down to this. So I put this game in, I played it, beat the entire game. It's supposed to be a horror. There's not a lot of scaring going on. I mean, there is a lot of jump scares throughout this video game, and that does somewhat make sense for the media that it is actually in, because the idea and the concept of a video game being eerie and creepy and actually scaring a person just doesn't really seem logical. I think that's why horror movies also utilize this concept of a jump scare. You find more jump scares in horror movies or even gore than actual, scary stuff. So overall, Dead Space, in my opinion, isn't scary. It does utilize jump scares, which I'm not going to lie, there were a couple times that, I literally jumped. That's why they call them jump scares, ladies and gentlemen. And other than that, it really wasn't creepy. There was a couple times you was like, oh, what was that? And, they got like some random thing, like you hear a wrench constantly dropping in one location. I'm like, why would you do this? Or it could be the essence of like somebody banging it on a floor or a wall, but it still really didn't make any logical sense. They used it as a scare tactic, but it was more annoying. And I just was sitting there thinking, what idiot would be making noise when all these creatures are roaming around? Now, it could be one of the creatures themselves doing it, or it could be just, some kind of device swinging back and forth. But anyway, I found it really redundant and not very scary. It did make the concept eerie within itself for that particular scene, but other than that, it really wasn't creepy or scary within itself. Now, overall, the design of the alien zombies, or aliens or zombies, whatever you want to call them, is relatively good. I do like the concept of how they explained that they have these, you could say, hunters that go out and they kill people, and then they have these other creatures that come along and they turn you into them. It's like their reproductive system. I thought that was really cool and very intriguing. So overall, the story seemed to be pretty basic. There was really nothing extravagant going on with it. You got a guy, they're set to this planet to repair, this planet, yeah, technically it is a planet, there's a ship. They're sent to go repair this science vessel, is the easiest way you could say it. They have this thing called the artifact, or something relative to that, and this artifact is causing complete chaos, destruction, yes, mutation, and long and behold, you have some betrayal going here. You have the character who keeps seeing images of his deceased girlfriend, and no, that isn't a spoiler, because while I was playing the game, I was like, she's already dead. So yeah, it's not a spoiler, unless you're an idiot and couldn't figure that out just by watching, just by a few minutes into the game. Yeah, she's dead. She's totally dead. We're not gonna find her alive. So other than that, the story, one thing that I really didn't like about the story is the ending. The ending of Dead Space, when, spoiler alert for anyone who wants to know real quick, so you can plug your ears, mute it, take your pick. I'll give you the thumbs up when I'm done. So basically, he's in his ship, he's leaving, and he's just kind of roaming around. The camera's looking at him like, oh shit, something's gonna happen, something's gonna happen. I immediately thought of Aliens. Like in Aliens, how they think they're safe, and then all of a sudden, brrr, alien pops out of nowhere. This was the same exact scenario. This alien zombie just comes out of nowhere, rah! And I was like, really? Really? That is so cliche. So cliche. I mean, the premise and the story was all right all the way up to that point, and when I saw the ending, I was like, that's retarded. Why did they use such a cliche aspect of an ending for the game? But overall, I did enjoy it. The gameplay is relatively solid. I mean, even if you're not a big player of first-person shooters like myself, you can really take ease at this game and really get used to the functionality and the controls of it. And I mean, it ain't gonna make you a marksman or anything. Maybe in the, not even in the video game world of marksman, but ultimately, you will be able to complete the game within itself. I found the game relatively easy within itself. Putting in the game on normal, I probably only died maybe about 10-15 times total throughout the entire game within itself. Other than that, you know, I mean, I could possibly imagine playing it on easy because I probably wouldn't die at all. And I haven't tried it on any of the other different difficulties that they offer, but overall it was a pretty good game, solid gameplay. The story was okay. I didn't care for the ending. It was really cliche. It really wasn't scary like it's supposed to be. They use a lot of jump scares, which can scare you, but to me that's a cheap way of scaring your viewer or player of the video game. Overall, I'm going to have to give Dead Space 3.5 zombie heads out of 5, alright? You know, it's a little bit above average, but not quite there, you know. There was just some things wrong. I didn't care for the ending. I didn't care for the whole jump scares scenario. And I also didn't like the fact that some things I could look at and be like, oh, this is what's going to happen. And it happened that way, you know. I don't like being able to predict what's going to happen. Alright, so that's my review of Dead Space. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'd like to see you on the next Zombie Gamer Guides.